Hey everybody, welcome back to Installer's Assistant. My name's Marty, and today I'm going to talk you through a preliminary check of a vehicle before we do any actual work on it. Now most of you will have seen me remove a lot of radios and speakers and so on, but there are some procedures I go through which I don't normally show on camera. I'm going to show you through today. For this example I have a Hilux, it's a 2016 Toyota Hilux, and I'm going to show you what I do before I start taking anything out of the car. Okay. First thing I do is make sure all the inside lights are turned off, because we could be in here for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours maybe, and those lights will drain the battery really quickly. So they are now off, which is great. I have a quick inspection for any damages, any breakages, cracks, that kind of thing. Now I have noticed that there's a nice big dirty crack down the windscreen and some stone chips, some there, so it's very unlikely that the customer would come back and say that I did it, but it's just helpful to be aware. In some cases, like for instance if there was a big scratch through here, the best thing to do is take a photo of it so that you have a record of the scratch in the car before you touched it. Now it's pointless doing that after you change the radio, because it could be argued that the scratch was caused by you putting the radio in the car. So always take a photo of any damage you see before you start. The next thing I do is turn the car on, normally straight onto ignition. I would have started the car and then checked for engine lights, warning lights, again that kind of thing. Let the car run for about 10 seconds to make sure the ABS light's gone off, the check engine light's gone off, and if it stays on, again, take a photo. Alright, now I can see the radio's turned on, which is great. We will switch to, where are we? Source, we'll get some kind of static coming through. Okay, a radio station, I can hear sound, audibly check through all 4 speakers to make sure that I'm getting sound through all 4 speakers. I will check the steering wheel controls to make sure that any buttons on the steering wheel that I can check do actually function. It's amazing how many customers say, oh, but they worked beforehand, when they actually didn't, but they're trying to get it out of you. Also check for any CDs that are in the player and pop those out. Obviously once the radio's out, you no longer have access to it. On some cars they have full climate control, and we have to interface it. The Commodore is a big example of that, and we would check all the functions, make sure the fan speed increases and decreases, the heater goes up and down, the aircon works, and all the vents flap. Commodores are known for having one of the vents not work properly, and we want to make sure that is all either working or we're aware of the problem before we start. That's basically preliminary checks. Once that's all done, you're good to go to start taking the radio out. If you see anything weird, like for instance the window doesn't go up and down all the time, bring the customer and say, hey, I've noticed your window doesn't go up and down. Is that something you want me to look at, or are you aware of it? It just prevents arguments later on down the track. Cool. Once you've done that, let's get stuck into doing a radio. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more information as it becomes available, and I'll see you soon.